Has Noah's Ark, one of history's greatest mysteries, really been found? For centuries, explorers, scientists, and believers have searched for evidence of this legendary vessel. Could it still be hidden somewhere, waiting to be uncovered? Some claim to have seen remnants of the Ark, while others believe it's nothing more than a myth. In this video, we'll dive deep into the biblical story of Noah's Ark, explore the most compelling theories about its location, and analyze the latest archaeological discoveries. Could Mount Ararat in Turkey hold the secret? Or is the real Ark hidden somewhere else entirely? Make sure to watch till the end, because what we uncover might just change the way you see one of the most well-known stories in history. The story of Noah's Ark is one of the most famous accounts in the Bible, found in the book of Genesis. It tells of a man named Noah who was chosen by God to build a massive wooden ark to survive a catastrophic flood. The flood was meant to cleanse the world of wickedness, sparing only Noah, his family, and pairs of every kind of animal. According to Genesis 6:14-16, God gave Noah specific instructions. The ark was to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide and 30 cubits high, roughly the size of a modern cargo ship. The floodwaters are said to have covered the entire earth, lasting 40 days and 40 nights before the ark finally came to rest. Genesis 8:4 states, "And on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat." But where exactly are these mountains? And is there any evidence that Noah's Ark still exists today? One of the biggest questions surrounding Noah's Ark is its possible location. While the Bible mentions the mountains of Ararat, scholars and archaeologists have debated its exact meaning. Is the Ark on Mount Ararat in Turkey, or could it be hidden somewhere else? Many researchers believe that Mount Ararat, 16,800-foot volcanic mountain in present-day Turkey, is the most likely location. For centuries, people have reported mysterious sightings of large wooden structures buried in the ice and rock. Some explorers have even claimed to have found evidence of a massive ship-like formation on the mountain. But Mount Ararat is not the only theory. Some researchers argue that Noah's Ark may actually be in Iran, Armenia, or even deeper in the Middle East. These alternative theories are based on geological studies, ancient texts, and even satellite images that seem to show unusual structures in remote locations. So, if Noah's Ark truly existed, where is it today? One of the most famous discoveries linked to Noah's Ark is the Durapaner site, a boat-shaped formation located near Mount Ararat in Turkey. First identified in the 1950s, this formation appears to be the same dimensions as the Ark. Described in the Bible, some scientists and explorers believe it could be the remains of a massive wooden structure that has been buried under layers of mud and rock for thousands of years. Over the years, numerous expeditions have visited this site, using ground-penetrating radar, satellite imaging, and core drilling to search for evidence of an ancient wooden vessel. Some tests have suggested the presence of decayed organic material, while others remain inconclusive. In 2010, a team of Chinese and Turkish explorers claimed to have found large wooden beams high on Mount Ararat, suggesting that Noah's Ark could be encased in glacial ice. However, critics have raised concerns about the reliability of this discovery, questioning whether the wood was really ancient or simply a hoax. Despite these challenges, the search for Noah's Ark continues. But is there any scientific or historical evidence to support the story of Noah's Ark and the Great Flood? Geologists have found evidence of massive floods throughout history, particularly in the Black Sea region and the Middle East. Some scientists suggest that a sudden rise in sea levels thousands of years ago may have inspired flood legends across different cultures. The Sumerians, Babylonians, and other ancient civilizations all have flood myths that bear striking similarities to the Genesis account. Could they all be based on the same real-life event? On the other hand, many scientists argue that the story of Noah's Ark is purely symbolic, a way to explain divine justice and human survival in ancient times. Not everyone believes in the existence of Noah's Ark. Critics point out that there is no direct archaeological proof of the Ark, and many reported sightings have turned out to be false alarms or natural rock formations. Some argue that the dimensions described in the Bible would have made it impossible for such a ship to survive a global flood. Others believe that the Ark was never meant to be taken literally. It may have been a symbolic story meant to teach faith and obedience to God. Despite skepticism, millions of people around the world continue to believe in the reality of Noah's Ark. For believers, Noah's Ark holds deep religious and spiritual significance. It is not just an ancient story, it is a testament to faith, obedience, and divine intervention. The Ark represents God's promise of salvation, a powerful reminder that even in the face of total destruction, there is hope for those who trust in Him. In Genesis 9:13, God establishes a covenant with humanity, setting a rainbow in the sky as a sign of His promise never to destroy the earth by flood again. This symbol has endured through centuries, serving as a reminder of divine mercy and faithfulness. Many religious traditions emphasize that the Ark is more than just a vessel. It is a representation of God's protection over those who follow Him. The story of Noah's Ark is one of the earliest examples of divine judgment and redemption, and it carries deep spiritual meaning across different faiths. In Christianity, it is often compared to Jesus Christ and the Church, with the Ark symbolizing salvation through faith in God. Just as Noah and his family were saved from destruction by entering the Ark, Christians believe that those who put their faith in Christ will be saved from eternal separation from God. In Judaism, the story of Noah is regarded as a foundational lesson in righteousness. Noah is described as a just and blameless man who walked faithfully with God, setting an example for future generations. The Torah emphasizes his obedience and unwavering trust in God's command, showing that even in a world filled with corruption, a single righteous person can make a difference. In Islam, Noah, known as Nuh, is considered one of the great prophets. The Quran describes how he warned his people for centuries, urging them to repent and turn back to God. When they refused, a great flood wiped out the wicked, sparing only Noah and his followers. The story of Noah's Ark in Islamic tradition reinforces themes of divine justice, patience, and perseverance. Beyond religious texts, the story of the Great Flood is found in many ancient civilizations, from Mesopotamia to India, from China to the Americas. Some scholars suggest that these widespread flood myths indicate a shared human memory of a cataclysmic event, possibly a real historical flood that shaped the course of early civilizations. For believers around the world, Noah's Ark remains a symbol of faith in the unseen, a reminder of God's promises and a lesson in perseverance and trust. Whether or not the physical Ark is ever found, its message continues to inspire millions of people to this day. What would it mean if Noah's Ark was found? If Noah's Ark were to be discovered and verified, it would be one of the greatest archaeological finds in human history. It would not only confirm the biblical account, but could also provide tangible evidence of a massive flood, event that shaped early civilizations. For religious believers, finding Noah's Ark would be a confirmation of faith, reinforcing the truth of the scriptures. It could bridge the gap between faith and science, proving that events described in ancient texts were not just symbolic, but historically real. Such a discovery could strengthen religious devotion and inspire new generations to study sacred texts more deeply. For historians and archaeologists, the Ark could unlock new insights into ancient shipbuilding techniques, early human migration, and geological events. Studying the structure, materials, and craftsmanship of the Ark could reveal secrets about ancient civilizations, their ability to build massive vessels, and their understanding of the natural world. But the implications go beyond religion and history. If Noah's Ark were found, it would force the scientific community to reevaluate theories about early human history. Global floods and catastrophic events that shaped the Earth's landscape. Could a massive flood have truly wiped out ancient civilizations? Could ancient humans have built a ship large enough to survive such an event? These questions could spark new research into geology, climate change, and the origins of flood myths. However, if Noah's Ark were never found, would that mean the story is just a myth? Not necessarily. Many religious scholars argue that the Ark's physical existence is not as important as its message. The story of Noah is one of faith, obedience, and divine salvation. Whether or not we ever find the Ark, its spiritual impact remains unchanged. Why hasn't Noah's Ark been found yet? Despite numerous expeditions and claims of discovery, Noah's Ark has never been conclusively found. Why? There are several reasons. 1. The passage of time. If the Ark existed, would have been exposed to the elements for thousands of years. Wood decays, structures collapse, and natural disasters such as earthquakes, landslides, and volcanic eruptions could have buried or destroyed the remains. 2. Harsh environment. Mount Ararat, the most popular proposed location, is covered in permanent ice and snow. Searching for the Ark requires advanced technology, high-altitude climbing, and extreme survival conditions. Many expeditions have failed due to severe weather, avalanches, and dangerous terrain. 3. Political barriers. Mount Ararat is located in Turkey, near the borders of Armenia and Iran. The region is highly militarized and politically sensitive, making large-scale archaeological digs difficult. Some countries have even restricted access to potential discovery sites. 4. Scientific skepticism. Many archaeologists and scientists believe that the Ark is a myth, and therefore there is little mainstream funding or academic support for searching for it. Most modern archaeology focuses on verifiable historical evidence, while religious relics are often viewed with skepticism. 5. Possible relocation. Some researchers suggest that the Ark may have been dismantled by Noah's descendants and used for building materials. Ancient people often repurposed wood from abandoned ships or structures, meaning the Ark's remains could have been scattered or lost over time. Will we ever find Noah's Ark? The search for Noah's Ark is far from over. Modern satellite imaging, radar scanning, and deep Earth detection technology are opening new possibilities for uncovering hidden archaeological sites. Some researchers believe that future advancements in technology will allow us to explore previously inaccessible locations, such as beneath Mount Ararat's glaciers. However, the biggest question remains: if the Ark is found, will it be accepted as genuine? Religious believers may embrace the discovery as proof of the Bible's accuracy, but skeptics may argue that more evidence is needed. The debate over Noah's Ark is likely to continue whether or not it is ever found. One thing is certain: the mystery of Noah's Ark has captivated the world for centuries. Whether it is a real historical artifact or simply a powerful symbol, its story continues to shape faith, inspire exploration, and spark curiosity. Final thoughts. Despite the controversies, challenges, and unanswered questions, the search for Noah's Ark remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. Whether buried under layers of ice, hidden deep in a mountain, or lost to history, the story of Noah's Ark will continue to fascinate and inspire generations to come. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating historical mysteries and biblical discoveries. Do you think Noah's Ark still exists? Could it be hidden somewhere waiting to be uncovered? Let us know in the comments below.